Hey guys, we're back here at Birrong Automotive. We've got a new bolt-on turbo upgrade for our R34 GTT. Some of you may or may not know that the factory R34 comes with a ceramic turbine wheel and a plastic compressor wheel. This is because the turbo is built specifically for the car and the factory requirements. So it's as light as possible, but as you increase it, normally over 12 PSI, they become extremely fragile and fall apart. So we've got a basic sort of high flow unit that should allow us to go up to 300 kilowatts on the hub dyno. We're currently at 190, so that's going to get bolted up, and I'm just going to show you a couple of those features now. All right, so here we have an adjustable actuator. The factory actuator is about 5 PSI or 6 PSI. Most people say it's 5. We haven't bench tested it yet. This one here is a 7 to 8 PSI actuator. This will allow us to get really accurate data at our 10 PSI boost level that we have now, because the boost level was slightly tapering off, and that was probably due to the actuator being too soft. All right, so this is a ball bearing unit, so it does have oil and water going to it. So it will help with transient response and rolling on to boost. But again, it's not a crazy unit. This is designed to do 300 kilowatt on the hub dyno. This particular kit it's actually got all the oil and water lines supplied with it, so that'll make things nice and easy for the guys here at Birrong to fit up. So new oil feed, water lines, and an oil drain. So that should make things fitting this up nice and easy for them. So yep, let's get that bolted up and then get it back on the dyno. Hey guys, so back at Birrong Automotive, the guys here have fitted up the turbo. This turbo, as mentioned before, it has a harder wastegate actuator.
Ooh, you're hard.
So we should be seeing maybe 9 PSI around that on the dyno, depending on the tune and the rest of the setup. Hopefully we gain 10, 20 kilowatts. Previous best was 190. And with this turbo, that will enable us to hopefully see 300 kilowatts on the hub dyno. We will be doing further mods before we get to that stage, such as injectors. We have also had the guys here fit a DW300 fuel pump. So hopefully with the factory fuel rail and reg, we might see a bit more power out of the stock injectors, but fingers crossed. So if we get 10, 20 on the same boost, I'll be happy. And then fingers crossed the factory fuel injectors allow us to go a bit higher again. All right guys, so Alex has run that up a couple of times. He's got the air fuel ratios dialed back in with the larger fuel pump. Just through the reduction in back pressure with the slightly larger turbine wheel, we're seeing a 25 kilowatt gain through the upper rev range, which is you're definitely going to feel that. Down low, you can see down low in the runs, we're actually not really losing anything below, well, anything above 2,500 RPM. So it should feel basically what the old car was, and then just faster, really, from 5,000 RPM or 4,500 RPM up. So now that Alex has got that dialed in, we'll have a look at the boost. We got boost on this thing. Here we go. So boost before was tapering off at 9.5. The turbo just, maybe it was the actuator, but it wouldn't go above 9.5 up at the deep end of the rev range. And we're now hitting 11.3. low in the RPM range. They were pound for pound. So yeah, now we can try and add a bit of add a bit more boost pressure, but we may be we will be limited by the factory fuel injectors. All right, guys. So what we're going to do here is on the TurboSmart Boost T, it's got a positive and negative. So it's positive is to the left. So we'll go to the right. So we'll go 5 clicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we'll measure the effect of that, and then we'll go from there. All right, guys, so there we go. Tuned up with the fuel pump, the turbo, the development turbo on there. And we were able to give it a bit more boost pressure. We peaked, I'll just bring it over to this screen here, peaked at 16.3 at 5,000 RPM, say, and then it's dropped off a bit. So again, that's just with a boost T. It's not running an electronic boost controller of any type at this stage. Looking at the power, so again, the blue line being the stock turbo, you can see all the way down to sub 3,000 RPM. We're already making more power than the factory turbo, so drivability will be great. All the way through the mid-range. Now we're at 5,000 RPM. You can see we've picked up a full 40 kilowatt, so that's going to be very noticeable driving that. So yeah, 40 kilowatts all the way through the top end, and then a peak of 229 kilowatts. So yeah, 40 kilowatts, a great gain. The boost, that is a bit more boost than I would think to get to that power. So developing parts is what we do. So we're going to get to the bottom of it, find out what the car wants next. We'll be developing our downpipe, which you guys will see later on once the finished product is released. We'll also be developing an intake for the factory turbo. So guys, thanks very much, and we'll see you in the next episode.